honor of Jubilee Party is yours truly, HOS, Head of State, Dr. William Ruto. That is the honor of Jubilee Party. And whatever is going on is nothing to do with Azimio or Uhuru Kenyatta losing grip of the party. This is a clear mission of a man that is out to take his property. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you, humbly request you to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell and like our video as we ride through this interesting analysis. I want us just to have a very good conversation about what is happening at the Jubilee Party. What do you think? Questions. There are two questions that people have been asking. Is Uhuru Kenyatta too weak to counter the Jeremiah Kioni and Sabina Chege? That is first question. Number two, is Sabina Chege, Jeremiah Kioni camp working while Uhuru Kenyatta is working in the back room behind them? Is working with them? That is a question. And even without, and with your own assessment, everyone else do believe that Uhuru Kenyatta supported Raila Odinga. And Raila has been saying that Uhuru Kenyatta supported him. I also hold into that ground. But if he loses grip of the party and successfully the Sabina Chege's take over, many would actually think that with the caliber of a former president, if he's interested in that party, then Sabina Chege and Kanini Kegas cannot succeed in the pursuit. But the kind of success they've had can tell you, one day this analysis will be vindicated. That Jubilee Party belongs to William Ruto. You know, let me jog your mind a bit. Let me take you back to 2017. The DP by then is the person who was in charge of the UDA, of the Jubilee Party nominations. Actually, there are reports that Ruto was running the party affairs as Uhuru Kenyatta was running government. By the time now they were plotting their re-election. And the person that worked to the wheel deal behind Uhuru Kenyatta's re-election bid was William Ruto. Many leaders, and there are many parties that formed, including the UDM, that worked with Jubilee Party by then, these parties actually came there under a strong lobby of William Ruto. And another point I want to tell you is this. By the time you were going to 2017, William Ruto was looking at 2022. So the person that needed that party mostly was our current president. Now I was just trying to take you back the memory line. There is quick succession of how things have happened. Reported here, Kanini Kega camp was supposed to go to Jubilee House headquarters on Monday. But after, of course, they did not get the police and they had to fly to Dar es Salaam. Today, they stormed the Jubilee Party headquarters. And there are some observations I made. One, they were there escorted by the police. And the police were keeping vigil around the gate, just in case there was going to be maybe confrontation between the camp, the camp Kanini Kega, and maybe camp Kioni. When they got there, of course, the offices had opened because they did not mention that they were coming. They were going just there to address the media. And they found that it was open, but there was no one. Now, one thing I've reliably gathered is that when they take over that new party structures, you will actually understand that that place is now a place they will be paying rent. So within no time, the realities of the costs of running that party really are at it. And in fact, I've not even, this bit of it has not been sorted. So they know very well that there is the cost of running that party. They're only 30. And do you think it's urgent? Do you think that party is urgent? In UDA, there's nothing going on. Moses Kuri had hinted that Sabina Chege would be made the party leader of Jubilee Party when Uhuru steps out. Well, now, Ruto being the wheel behind it, the political owner of the Jubilee Party is working to take it back. And you know, it is not a coincidence. And I just want to ask you a question. Without blinking your eye, is it a coincidence that the Kioni camp are actually initiating this coup after the frequent State House meetings? And the ground has been set to, one, complain about Azimio rallies. Number two, they did not get, a share in the National Assembly. Number three, there's a bit of mistreatment narratives within the Azimio ranks. And they are also told to initiate the breakaway from the UDA. So I want to ask you, do you believe that Uhuru Kenyatta would actually be plotting his exit from that party, or that to kill that party, with a bid to go and just support William Ruto that way? I know it's not impossible. But if this was to take a direct initiation of, or rather to serve the interest of Uhuru Kenyatta, Uhuru will be fighting back. Many are asking, what about his silence? Why do you think he's not fighting back? There is one theory that has been that Kioni has been saying. I want to say it here so that you also make a judgment. Kioni has been saying that the Jubilee Party Constitution gives powers to the party leader and the Secretary General. And so that is why, even at the time there was the stories about removal of the president, William Ruto as the deputy party leader, and by that time they needed to effect many changes. The handbrakes were the PL, and the PL is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. The question here is, Jubilee Party belongs to who? I am telling you. We are in this country and God gives us life. Hapa mbele tutaanza kuform coalitions. Na tutasikia after zishatoka usikia ukiongea hiyo certificate, because that party belongs to individuals. Certificates unasikia ni kama ilikuwa inalala tu mahali State House. Now, look at the way things happened. David Muradhe has never stepped into Azimio rallies. I've not seen him in any Azimio rally, but of course, as said, he's supporting Raila and held his position that is supporting Raila. But some things are very suspicious. Quick response from the Office of Registrar of Political Parties. Immediately that letter was sent. Now, let me tell you, the meeting was done, Jubilee met on Friday. By Monday, there was already a response from ORPP. I think today is Thursday, if I'm not wrong. Today is Wednesday, if I'm not wrong. Jubilee, this camp met on Friday. By Monday, there was already a response for ORPP. Okay, the letter was taken to the offices of ORPP or by Monday. The very Monday, there was already a response. Look at it. And when Jeremiah responded, yani there is a way it has been done very quick and fast. So between Friday to Wednesday, the purported coup has been effected. That time frame has been very suspicious. The other thing is this. Look at the mobilization of the police to support the Kanini Kega's takeover team. Why did they preempt chaos? It's takeover. Jubilee Party is yet to receive its political party's fund. Share. Yet to. Now, Kanini Kega are speaking about getting it recognized as a political party, and I am not so much privy into this provision, but could it be that Uhuru Kenyatta bungled it and Azimio to avoid such an incident? I won't tell you. So, the question is this. If William Ruto is taking back this party, do you think it's about this party adding value to the new Kenya Kwanza formed party? That could be number one. But number two, this party is just being plugged off from Azimio, because within Azimio it was getting life. With the Kanini Kega vibrance in it, I think it was getting life. And I can look at Sabina Chege and Kanini Kega straight in your eyes and tell you, that party is being plucked off from Azimio so that it can be killed. Who needs? Do you think Ruto needs Jubilee? No. He needs to form one party known as Kenya Kwanza, or the UDA party. No, not Kenya Kwanza. Needs to form one party known as UDA. He doesn't need Kenya Kwanza. So the narratives of it's being taken, I don't know, it's Uhuru Kenyatta. No. It's not about removing it from Uhuru Kenyatta to suppress Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta do not need a political party. To say the truth, he's retired politically. He does not need a political party. He doesn't have a special interest in that party. Ile pesa hiyo chama inapata ni kidogo, huwezi compare with even his retirement benefits. That's number one. Number two, taking it to UDA, how will it add value? That party is being taken to be killed for these three reasons. Since it can be funded and it can get the support of when rebellion is building in Mount Kenya, if it is, we call it, whether it's rebellion, resistance, or protest or anything, it can build around that party in Central. With the way you saw Jeremiah Kioni, and I think Ruto really got rattled by the fact that his own party was being used now was now turning against him. I can tell you. And he knows very well that Jubilee would be, if he's going to take that angle, then it will be the force of its rebellion from Central Kenya. So it's about killing it so that you can cage Central Kenya into one party known as UDA. And the intention is to make Gema, when he gets supermajority, he can make Gema continue idolizing him. It's it. Lastly, Jubilee gives Azimio Uhuru shadow and the national face. I can tell you, the next narrative after that party is plucked from Azimio is that Uhuru has left Raila. Could be. But I want to put my final submission. Some of us, for me, myself, I do believe that Raila Odinga vied because of the support he got from Uhuru Kenyatta. But there are also other people that will not see. And of course, there is that which Raila knows and Uhuru knows that maybe all of us don't know. But there are also another constituency that believe that Uhuru prayed Raila. And they are rightfully so with their thoughts. So the question here is, if this party does not belong to Uhuru Kenyatta, it doesn't belong to, it belongs to Uhuru Kenyatta, do you think he'll leave it? Do you think Uhuru cannot fight back? Even the registered political parties nearly alimpatia kazi. Alirenew contract yake, Uhuru alirenew contract yake. And all these things have been going on and is quiet. What are your take into this thing? I want us to have an open discussion at the comment section. Tell me, what do you think of Uhuru's silence? Ameshindwa? Hataki? Ama you also agree with my point that Ruto is taking back his party?